What's going on, everybody? Gameator here, playing the Stanley Parable. Apparently this has multiple different endings. It's a paradox, I think, or some kind of parallel universe kind of scenario. Ooh, look at that screen and the screen. So I guess you're looking at yourself, towards yourself, on something else, and through something else. I don't know. I'm just making shit up, and let's just go ahead and get the game. I don't know a whole lot about this game, to be honest. The trailer was...
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Hi, Stanley.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job.
Oh, has he?
Stanley was happy.
Why do I have a narrator that's...
And then one day,
English?
something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley.
Oh, no.
Something he would never quite forget.
I won't forget it.
He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow.
Jolly.
No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi.
Hi.
Never in all his years at the company had this happened. This complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time.
Oh.
But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Hey, you got an office. Alright. Alright, yeah, I know what that's like, having a 9-to-5 job at a call center of sorts, where you literally just day in, day out doing the exact same thing. It gets to you. It does. I did it for 5 years, and I'm surprised I lasted that long, to be honest.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Hello?
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
What kind of a trace would you expect? Oh. Oops, I turned it off. Yeah. I mean, anybody that's probably done this type of work, like office work, I mean, sometimes if you're doing a really good job at your job, they're not gonna, move you up. They really won't half the time. I mean, you have to really keep pushing and doing it professionally, and sometimes the average Joe doesn't know how to do all that stuff, so you'll always stand still, pretty much. Nobody over here. Hey, there's another computer. Ooh, let's check it out. Oh, come on, man. Why you gotta turn off on me? I thought there was a door that was open right there. Apparently not. So, this is a office area. Ooh, Office Space. Ooh, you might know that movie. Oh, man. That'd be freaking awesome. Let's take a Xerox machine. Let's go take it outside and take some bats to it. That'd be some fun, wouldn't it? No? Okay.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay, so I get the sense of, yeah, I get the sense of it, like, that whole thing I was talking about, doing the job day in and day out, pretty much being, yeah, I think this is the same concept, where he has to push the buttons, and he's doing the same thing over and over again. The narrator's kind of doing the same thing. So I've always entered the door on my left. I'm thinking that if I choose the right, it'd be a bad option. Yeah, of course all the doors are closing. But there's nobody here in the office. I'm assuming it probably went bankrupt. Probably what happened.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Wait a minute, what? How to solve a dispute with a coworker. Okay. It said let things ball up inside. Okay. Closet. Wait, what?
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
I'll be the judge of that. Nothing here. What are you talking about?
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow. Just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
Uh-huh. Why are you so adamant, me? Leaving the door.
It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet.
Oh my God.
He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
Oh, that's so awesome. How about we just, Okay. That was great.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Bosses. Alright, I'll bite. Hey, oh wow. This looks more like a... Yeah, this looks more like a house than an executive office. Of course, that is like, you know, the thing in those days, I would assume. I don't even know if they are like this nowadays. Normally you see like on TV, which I've never been to an actual high-end office in the city that's like 30 or 40 stories high that may have a freaking place like this, but never know. Why are you locked? Unlock. Okay.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Panic room. But a very, very big panic room. Great. Oh, gonna go down the elevator of death. Ooh. Did I get through another one?
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Yeah, that really sounds... I mean, I literally kind of went through something like this when I was up there at, you know, when you work for a corporation and you're just day in and day out doing the same thing. It just kind of felt suffocating. It really did. And it kind of reminds you of Portal. It really does. Let's see.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
I don't think I want to go to mind control. Ooh, hey, there's an escape. Wouldn't you know? Now, I'll bite. I'm curious. Alright, mind control facility. Here we go. So, I wonder what this is all about, to be honest. I wonder if there's like an actual...
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens.
Ooh.
What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Oh. I thought I was waiting for something else. Never mind. Gonna go. Let's see, there's no... What are these? What are these? Okay, I can't click on anything. Oh, there it is.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
So many questions. Why are you spying on all the employees? I understand having a couple of cameras in the... I'm 427. Hey, where's my number? There it is. Hey, there's Stanley's desk. But again, spying on every single one. I mean, this is a lot of... Hey, one fire. There's a lot of fire. It's a lot of money.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
I'm thinking it might be a possibility, mate. Yeah. So, so far, boss is mind controlling everybody. I can see whoever literally made this game, it literally came from that perspective of going to a job like this nonstop every single day, having to do the same thing over and over again, feeling like there's a mind control, feeling like they have no freedom at all to do their job. I can literally relate to this, to be honest.
But here was the proof, the heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content, walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Oh, there's a 3. Hey. So 1, 2, 3. That's 5. Oh, it's up there. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 buttons. So I wonder what happens if I actually click all of them. We'll find out. Oh. Yeah, I got a really strong feeling that whoever made this game actually literally came from that perspective of just feeling depressed and being in an office day in and day out and repeat. Alright. Well, I thought I did a thing. Okay, my control idle awaits input. So let's go push more buttons, shall we? Oh, no.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
Okay. Ah, shit, what'd I do? What'd I do? I swear if I just messed up.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty.
Ooh.
Was it over?
I hope so.
Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
That's a door? Damn, the hell of a garage.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
I'm happy. Are you? I think there's there's tons and tons of different endings for this, and then I haven't even reached the doors. There's apparently 7 or more doors that you have to go through, so we haven't even reached that part yet. Alright, so am I? Oh, I'm back. I'm back in my office. Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Right,
Stanley
same
decided
thing.
to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Possible, mate. I guess. Well, let's see where this leads us. So what's the
When
left?
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley
give
knew
it
it
time.
perfectly well. Perhaps
that's
he
fine.
wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Oh yeah, let's go to the employee lounge because I really want to go there. Everything is locked. Oh.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room.
It is nice.
Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Okay.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Why would I want to do that? I know your trickery. I'm good. I'm gonna go straight. I got a feeling you're trying to control me. Oh, maybe he is a mind control. Maybe the voice is the... Okay.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Thank you, sir. I know quite a bit of people that are like that, actually. Oh, what's in here? Oh, that one actually needs a key card. Okay, is there a key card around here? I don't see a key card. I don't see no key card. Maybe I missed it. It's probably in that office that closed. Oh, wait a minute. Nope. So I'm getting like a lot of Slender Man vibes here. The Slender Arrival, like the little that little warehouse you had to go to. Do not jump from cargo lift while it is in motion. Will cause death. Oh. Penalty for misuse of cargo lift. Penalty for jumping off cargo lift, 5,000. So what?
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about... What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
I don't know, right? Wait a minute. Danger everywhere? Maybe it wasn't such a good... Can you bring the lift back? I don't think it was a good idea to come down here. With that type of sign. No, wait. It's mind control. No. Nope. So... What shall I do? Warning. Okay. All right.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Should I walk through the red door? Alright.
Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time? The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now. Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley? I wanted to stop. We would both be so much happier if we just stopped. And I think I have a solution. Here, let me show you.
Okay. I don't know, What I have a feeling that that's a trap.
What do we want? What are we looking for?
What?
Here. Yes.
What the?
Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? If we just stay right here, right in this moment with this place, Stanley, I think I feel happy. I actually feel happy.
I'm a little weirded out now. Why is there a narrator in my head anyways? That makes no sense. Oh, he might be the mind control. Because I was trying to turn that off earlier, and I did. So I wonder if I turn it back, if I turn it on instead. Huh. Okay, so I'm beginning to see what they mean by multiple different endings. That's interesting, okay. Can you tell me what the whole point of this is, please? Then get off my screen. I wanna go do the other options. Come on, man. Oh, why do I have a feeling that I'm gonna be taken up by the stranger kind, or the third kind? Could be the fourth. So let's go down to the door. I'm guessing that's where I need. Oh,
no.
Okay.
Wait. Where are you going?
Bathroom? Bye. Why is it all of a sudden looking different?
Oh, no. Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this.
Excuse me? Why would I die? They're just stairs, man. Oh, Stanley. Got to go and...
Please, no, Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me.
Wait, what? Wait, what? I'm lost.
No! Oh, thank God you lived. You had me worried there for a moment. Now, can we please get back to the other room?
Let's try that again.
No, what are you doing, Stanley? Please, I'm asking you not to take this away from me. I can't go back to what I was before. If you die, we'll both go back. Why are you doing this?
What do you mean what?
Stanley, let's go back to the other room. Can you do that for me?
Okay.
Yes, perhaps you can. Perhaps you finally see what I'm talking about.
What?
I know you'll see that we can't be happy if we leave this place. You can see that, can't you?
What? I don't know. Okay, you know what? Screw it.
No, perhaps not.
Yeah. Eat shit, die. Alright, I'm doing it.
My God, is this really how much you dislike my game? That you'll throw yourself from this platform over and over to be rid of it? You are literally willing to kill yourself to keep me from being happy. Am I reading the situation correctly? Or maybe you're just getting a kick out of it. I don't know anymore. I just wanted us to get along. But I guess that was too much to ask. It looks like you wanted to make a choice after all. Well, this one is yours. Is it over? It's going to restart, isn't it? I'm going back.
The fuck? That was so weird. Jeez, we're gonna do one more because there's obviously several different freaking endings. So yeah, he's the guy that's talking is the mind control, telling you where you need to go.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
How high
Stanley
you need to
decided
jump.
to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
And I wonder if the more and more you do it, the more these doors will probably open and unlock. Oh, that's...
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
Yes.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow. Yes,
what a
this
lovely
room.
Bye-bye.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Okay, so I did not want to do that. So, okay, maybe what if
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
So I went there.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps
there
we've
last
gotten off
time.
on the wrong foot here.
What if
I'm
just
not your
wait?
enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please,
Who?
stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
Who? This is the first I've heard of her.
Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Who? Oh, shit.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this, to reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
Who's this? 427, the same employee number.
Oh, Stanley, is that you?
Yes.
Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting.
Oh.
I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven.
Yay, I'm hungry.
All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Oh, fuck you.
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a
back
loving
that shit
wife?
up. I don't like
They want to
mannequins.
commit their life to you. I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
Fuck right off, sir. So, wait a minute.
Sorry,
Yeah.
but you're in my story now.
You're my story now. Fuck your wall. Okay, never mind. Nope. Fuck you. Okay.
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley. Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
What?
Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
I'm sure this fucks with everybody's mind. It really does at some point.
But in his mind, in his mind he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful, and each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
Ooh, I get to watch TV.
And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
Okay.
So he went further. He imagined that he came to 2 open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold. As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions, and down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable.
I think that's where I want to go. It's the name of the game.
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
Oh, joy.
But there is no answer.
No.
How could there possibly be?
Never.
In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has.
Fuck.
Nothing has changed.
There's
The
none.
longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one.
My mannequin wife is gone. What'd you do with my wife? My mannequin wife?
And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
Seriously? So, I wonder... Yeah, it kind of goes through the process of what you do every day going in and out of a job. And if it's like a low-end type job, you just feel like you're slowly getting yourself into depressed mode, but you're just working for money. And then next thing you know, your money's all gone because it's going to bills and all this other crap, and you barely have anything for yourself. So what is it that you're really working for? You just get into that depressed, killing yourself mode kind of thing. Not suicide. Not what he's kind of talking about. You're just slowly killing yourself inside, in a manner of speaking. For those who didn't catch on.
You see? Can he just not hear me?
No.
How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
Mind blown.
I suppose I can't, not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must.
I'm a physical person.
Perhaps,
You're just in my head.
Maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again.
Please
and
die.
Stanley pushed a
No.
button.
No,
And
no,
I
no.
tried again.
We don't want
And
to die.
Stanley pushed a button. And I tried.
The fuck? What just happened? Never the end is never the end. Oh, okay, and it starts over. Alright, so we've done three versions of this. Okay, so there's plenty more opportunities to go through all these other ways. Guys, stay tuned, hit the notification button, and you want to know why, if you actually stayed all the way to the end of the video, soon I'll be giving away Amazon gift cards. Very soon, actually. So, my goals, well, I'm not gonna tell the goals, actually. We'll just go over that on a different video by itself, or I'll go over it on a post, one of the two. But yeah, I'll be doing some giveaways here pretty soon, and we'll let you know what what the requirements are, etc. I'll put it all together, and then yeah, you'll just see. All right, well, yeah, catch me on the next video of Stanley the Parable. That's actually damn good. It got my attention hardcore here. But yeah, I'll see you guys on the next video. Later.